Hey, you guys. Good afternoon and welcome to MyraMeilleure Bits and Pieces. I hope you guys are doing well today. Want to share just a little bit of what we talked about this morning on the prayer line. Okay, if you missed it, you guys got to tune into the prayer line. You may get a little more or you may get a little less right now. Don't know, just got to see how it just flows through me and out of me, but just really excited about the word because it began to shift the closer I got to time to deliver it this morning at 6 a.m. So for the announcements today, you guys do not forget, we have MyraMeilleure's prayer line every Monday and every Wednesday, 6 a.m. to 6:30, 30 minutes of your day, 30 minutes of your time. Just to show up and get a rhema word or bless us with the word and to get prayer. So that is that. And then we have Faith Walk Ministry, who's having a spaghetti giveaway, you guys, on December 23rd in Anderson, South Carolina, in the Watson Village area, over by Advanced Auto Parts. Spaghetti giveaway dinner and a Christmas tour drive, her fourth annual Christmas tour drive. So just really excited about that. If you want to be a blessing to that ministry, please reach out to Siobhan Hanks, who is the CEO of the Faith Walk Ministry, who's doing the spaghetti giveaway. So just really bless this ministry. I will be there for a short while before it's time for me to go to work and be doing my part in serving. So just giving God the glory and honor for that. And don't forget about Sister Davita, you guys, who is on Spirit Radio every Sunday at 2 p.m. Okay, so tune in to Spirit Radio and hear what the Lord is speaking through that beautiful young lady. All right, so back to the topic, shifting the atmosphere. So as we go from glory to glory, everything around us should be transforming with it. Okay. So, for example, if you used to eat at Burger King, you should be now eating it like Olive Garden. If you used to eat at Olive Garden, you should be now like at Cheesecake Factory. Okay. Changing the atmosphere, switching it up because you're going from level to level, right? But it requires us to change even the people that we be around, the food that we eat, everything changes to another level. Okay, our appearance change. Okay, coming from First Samuel, the 10th chapter, and the ninth. If we look a little bit at the ninth chapter, when Saul goes to see the seer, which is Samuel the prophet, and it says that he told him in the 19th chapter, 9 and 19, it says, and Samuel saw Saul and said, I am the seer. Go up before me unto the high place, for ye shall eat with me today and tomorrow, and I will let thee go. So he had to come up, y'all, and he had to eat with him. Some of us have been up in a place and eating with the Lord for some time, okay? We've been eating with him. And so now there's getting ready to be a shift because we've been eating with the Lord. So he said, go before me and you will eat with me. Come to the high place and you will eat with me. Now I'm going to jump down to number 25 in the 9th chapter. And it says, and when they were come down from the high place into the city, Samuel communed with Saul upon the top of the house. Okay. And they arose early, and it came to pass about spring of day that Samuel called Saul to the top of the house, saying, up, that I may send thee away. Okay, up. All right, to the on the top of the house, just really dwelling in high places. This really stood out to me as I ventured back over this scripture, just being constantly in high places. But as the journey goes on, Samuel gives Saul a couple of instructions. We are in a time where we have to follow the instructions, you guys, so that we can be in the right places at the right time, because these atmospheres that God is sending us to could cause a shift in our life, can cause us to be a brand new man. Okay, so here it says in number Samuel, the 10th chapter, and the 3rd verse, it says, then thou shalt go forward from thence from here, basically. And thou shalt come to a plain of Tabor, and there shall you meet three men going up to God to Bethel, one carrying three kids, and another carrying three loaves of bread, and another carrying a bottle of wine. And they will salute thee and give thee two loaves of bread, which thou shalt receive. Okay, so he's just giving him all of these instructions of what to look for and how he will go hither and he will go thither and he will come to a company of prophets. But number 6 is where it says that he will become another man. He will prophesy like them and he will become another man because he has been surrounded by a school of prophets, and they're prophesying, and the Spirit of God fell upon him, and he began to prophesy like them, and he became another man. He's telling him what is going to happen when he get to this hill. So he had to go on the hill. So that was another thing. Going up on this hill, going to the high places. Okay. So number 7, number 9, and it says, and it was so that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, God gave him another heart. Y'all, that stood out to me. And all those signs came to pass that day. Isn't that exciting? That same day. And when they came thither to the hill, behold, a company of prophets met him, and the Spirit of God came upon him, and he prophesied among them. And it came to pass that when all that knew him before time saw that, behold, he prophesied among the prophets, then the people said one to another, what is this that is come unto the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets? Listen, he became another man. God gave him a new heart. The people that knew him was like, what is this? Listen, we will be unrecognizable because we have been with God. We have been in a high place. We are following his instructions and we're landing in the places that we are supposed to be. And when we come out, people is going to be like, okay, is she with them? Listen, y'all, it's just exciting because you're different, because you look different, because you're talking different. Okay, he talking different, he's prophesying, and they saying, what is this? Okay, so you guys really, really get excited about this thing, but the important parts of this thing is being in the right places by following God's instructions. He had to follow the prophet's instructions to the T to be where he was supposed to be. So follow the Father's instructions. That is something that God keeps ringing in my ear, that I keep hearing over and over and over, whether it's from a leader, whether it's from someone in conversation. Just do what God is telling you to do. He's really honing into us following his instructions so that we do not miss it. Changing our atmosphere, shifting into these different places as we shift. I testified about how I had to change my clothes. It says, and you will become another man. That means when you become another man, things about you change. Okay. When I was working for a company and when I got promoted I had moved to Charlotte. While I was in Charlotte, my friends, I had got these two friends that I hung out. They were older than me and they were always in these high places. So the way that I ate changed, right? The way that I dressed changed, right? So then I was relocated to Atlanta. It was a different atmosphere. My attire came down a little bit because it was more of a rough place. I had to get in and I had to do a little more grunt work. So my attire changed to fit the grunt work. And I remember getting this new DM, and I never thought about where I wanted to be with the company. Things just began to happen. I just kept getting promoted back to back to back, back to back to back, promoted, but never really thought about where I wanted to go. But I saw now the opportunity. So he said, where do you want to be? in this company. And I said, I would like to be the president, because I watched the regional vice president and the president. So I was like, I would like to be the regional vice president, the president. Okay. So he said, okay, then you need to dress like it. So I said, okay. So y'all, I put on my Sunday's best every single day. Okay. In that atmosphere, people was like, why you dress up like you going to church every day? But when God shifted me to the atmosphere that I was dressing as, it was normal. It wasn't out of place. Okay. So I began to dress up and was going to every district meeting clean, every conference clean, and didn't realize that the higher people were watching me. They were watching me, and then I was there for like not even a year and a half, and they came to me. My boss came to me. He was like, Myra, they want you in Washington, D.C. They think you are the perfect fit because you have the look and you can handle this store that nobody else can handle. We want to move you. They want to give you an offer to come to DC. And I was like, okay, so y'all are wind up in Washington, DC. And at the same time, that put me above all the rest for the next level because it was a high visible place. Okay. So God is putting us in high visible places. Y'all listen, high visible places. So that means we have to look the part. I had to look the part before I even got there. Okay. So I had to shift, I had to change before the surroundings change. So some things we have to shift before we get to that place. And then some things it's going to shift, it's just going to shift. Right. So change, you guys. We're a new man, so that means we're going to look different. Our attire is different, our hair may be different, just as God leads you, listen to what he's saying because he is preparing you for that next place. Okay. So really, truly get excited, you guys. Begin to change. Don't stay in a place that's not coming up. I don't care if it's a church. I don't care if it's friends. It don't mean that they're bad people. And like someone said on the prayer line, it doesn't mean that we're better than you. It just means that we want to keep climbing that ladder. We want to keep coming up. That means we might have to step over you and keep going up that ladder. Okay. I'll be climbing up that ladder right behind me all the time, just coming up, y'all. Listen. So changing your atmosphere so that you don't come down and crash and not get to where you're supposed to be. All right. So just want to encourage you guys, go and read 1 Samuel, read 9 and 10. And just really let the Holy Spirit speak to you. Get excited about the change. Get excited about the shift. Get excited about your new place. Get excited about the atmosphere, the shift of the atmosphere. Everything has to be conducive for the change. And I even said that on the prayer line because in order to create Adam, the ground had to be damp. There was dew on the ground, which made the dirt wet to make the dirt formable like clay. To create Adam, the atmosphere was right for it. So listen, get excited, go and read it for yourself and see what God is saying to you. And just be blessed, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to MyraMeilleure Bits and Pieces, you guys. Don't forget about the dinner that Faith Walk is having, the dinner plate giveaway on December the 23rd at 1 p.m. Make sure you guys show up. The flyer is on my personal page. So please go and I'll try to share it on the ministry page. Go and be a part. And come in, y'all. Come in on the prayer line and just enjoy the Lord with us. Okay? Be blessed.